First up, we have lettuce. This versatile leafy green grows quickly and loves the gradually cooling temperatures of late summer. Choose heat-tolerant varieties like Butter Crunch or Red Sails and plant them in partial shade. You'll be enjoying crisp salads in no time. To ensure a continuous harvest, sow small batches every 7 to 10 days. Remember to keep the soil consistently moist, as lettuce seeds need plenty of water to germinate. Additionally, consider using row covers to protect your young plants from pests and intense afternoon sun. Next, let's talk about spinach. Spinach tolerates light frost, so you can continue harvesting well into fall. Look for varieties like Bloomsdale or Thai, which are known for their cold hardiness. To improve germination rates, consider pre-soaking your spinach seeds for 24 hours before planting. As with lettuce, succession planting every 2 weeks will ensure a steady supply of fresh leaves. Don't forget to thin your spinach seedlings to about 3 to 4 inches apart to give them room to grow. The third plant are radishes. Radishes are perfect for impatient gardeners because they mature rapidly, often in just 3 to 4 weeks. Moreover, they come in a variety of colors and flavors, adding zest to your salads and stir-fries. Try classic red varieties like Cherry Belle, or experiment with unique types like the watermelon radish. Radishes prefer cool, moist soil, so keep them well watered. Plant the seeds about half an inch deep and 1 inch apart, then thin to 2 to 3 inches as they grow. For a continuous harvest, sow a small batch every week. Remember, radishes left in the ground too long can become woody and overly spicy, so harvest them as soon as they reach full size. The fourth plant are carrots. Although carrots take longer to mature, planting them now means you'll have sweet, crisp roots ready for harvest in the cooler fall months. Additionally, frost can actually improve their flavor. Choose varieties like Napoli or Mokum that are known for their sweetness. Carrot seeds are tiny, so mix them with sand before sowing to ensure even distribution. Plant them in rows, about 1/4 inch deep, and keep the soil consistently moist until germination. Once the seedlings are about 2 inches tall, thin them to 2 to 3 inches apart. Carrots prefer loose, well-draining soil, so consider adding some compost or sand if your soil is heavy clay. Fifth plant is beets. Beets are another root vegetable that thrives when planted in August. They're incredibly versatile. You can eat both the roots and the greens. Plus, they store well, providing you with homegrown produce well into winter. Try classic red varieties like Detroit Dark Red, or mix it up with golden or striped beets. Each beet seed is actually a cluster of seeds, so you'll need to thin the seedlings once they emerge. Plant them about half an inch deep and keep the soil moist. Beets prefer cooler temperatures, making them perfect for late summer sowing. For the best flavor, harvest them when they're between 1.5 and 3 inches in diameter. The next plant is kale. Kale is a super hardy green that actually tastes better after a light frost. Consequently, August is the perfect time to sow for a fall and winter harvest. It's packed with nutrients and can be used in countless dishes. Popular varieties include Lacinato, also known as dinosaur kale, and curly winterbore. When planting, sow seeds about half an inch deep and 3 inches apart. Once seedlings are established, thin them to 12 to 18 inches apart. Kale loves rich, well-draining soil, so consider adding compost before planting. To encourage bushier growth, harvest the outer leaves regularly, leaving the center to continue producing. Remember, kale can tolerate temperatures as low as 20 degrees Fahrenheit, making it a true cold weather champion in your garden. Another great plant is Swiss chard. Similar to kale, Swiss chard is a tough leafy green that can withstand cooler temperatures. It's beautiful in the garden and delicious on the plate. Plant it now for continual harvests throughout fall. The Bright Lights variety offers stems in a rainbow of colors, adding visual interest to your garden. Sow seeds about half an inch deep and 2 inches apart, later thinning to 6 to 12 inches. Swiss chard prefers full sun but can tolerate partial shade, especially in hotter climates. Like many leafy greens, it benefits from regular harvesting. Cut outer leaves when they're 8 to 10 inches long, leaving the center to regrow. With proper care, a single planting can provide harvest for several months, even surviving into winter in milder climates. Number 8 plant are bush beans. Bush beans mature swiftly and don't require support like pole beans do. However, Be prepared to protect them if an early frost threatens. Varieties like Provider or Royal Burgundy are reliable choices. Plant seeds 1 inch deep and 2 inches apart, with rows spaced 18 to 24 inches apart. Bush beans prefer warm soil, so if your nights are getting cool, consider using black plastic mulch to warm the soil before planting. These plants are nitrogen fixers, meaning they can improve your soil for future crops. For a continuous harvest, sow a new batch every 2 to 3 weeks until about 2 months before your first frost date. Keep an eye out for bean beetles and handpick them if you spot any. Number 9 plant is kohlrabi. This unusual-looking brassica is actually quite easy to grow. It has a mild, slightly sweet flavor and can be eaten raw or cooked. Sow now for a fall harvest of these crisp, refreshing vegetables. Both green and purple varieties are available, with winter and colibri being popular choices. Plant seeds a 1/4 inch deep and 1 inch apart, later thinning to 5 to 6 inches. Kohlrabi forms its edible bulb above ground, so make sure to keep the soil level consistent to prevent the bulb from cracking. These plants prefer cool weather and can tolerate light frosts, making them ideal for fall gardens. Harvest when the bulbs reach 2 to 3 inches in diameter for the best flavor and texture. Number 10 turnips. Turnips grow quickly and can be harvested for their greens in just a few weeks, or left to develop their roots. They're incredibly hardy and will survive well into the colder months. Try the classic purple top white globe or the all-white hakurii for a sweeter flavor. Sow seeds directly in the garden, about 1/2 inch deep and 1 inch apart. Thin seedlings to 4 to 6 inches apart once they're established. Turnips prefer cool weather and moist, well-draining soil. For a 2-in-1 crop, harvest some of the greens while young, leaving others to develop their roots. The roots are sweetest when harvested at 2 to 3 inches in diameter. Like their brassica cousins, turnips can tolerate frost, which actually improves their flavor. Number 11 cilantro. Cilantro bolts quickly in the heat of summer, but planting in August allows it to thrive in cooler temperatures. You'll have fresh herbs for your fall cooking, and if you let some go to seed, you'll also have coriander. Sow seeds directly in the garden, about a 1/4 inch deep and 2 inches apart. Cilantro has a taproot, so it's best to sow it where it will grow rather than transplanting. To ensure a continuous harvest, plant new seeds every 2 to 3 weeks. Cilantro prefers full sun but can tolerate partial shade, especially in hotter climates. Keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. For bushier plants, pinch back the growing tips when plants are about 4 inches tall. Remember, cilantro is fast-growing but short-lived, so frequent sowings are key to a steady supply. Number 12. Arugula. This peppery green grows rapidly and loves cooler weather. Plant now for a continuous supply of spicy leaves to add to your salads and sandwiches throughout fall. Arugula, also known as rocket, is incredibly easy to grow. Sow seeds thinly, about a 1/4 inch deep, and keep the soil moist until germination. Once seedlings are established, thin them to 3 to 4 inches apart. Arugula matures quickly, often ready for harvest in just 30 to 40 days. For the best flavor, harvest leaves when they're young and tender. Like many leafy greens, arugula benefits from succession planting every 2 to 3 weeks. It's also a great candidate for container gardening if you're short on space. Watch out for flea beetles, which can be deterred with row covers. Number 13. Pak choi. Also known as bok choy, this Asian green is fast-growing and loves the cooler temperatures of late summer and fall. It's delicious in stir-fries and soups. Both green and white varieties are available, with black summer and Mei-ching choi being popular choices. Sow seeds about 1/2 inch deep and 1 inch apart, later thinning to 6 to 8 inches. Pak choi prefers full sun but can tolerate partial shade. Keep the soil consistently moist, as dry conditions can cause the plants to bolt. These greens mature quickly, often ready for harvest in 45 to 60 days. You can harvest the entire plant or pick outer leaves as needed. Like other brassicas, pak choi can tolerate light frosts, which can actually improve its flavor. Number 14. Peas. While we often think of peas as a spring crop, they also do well when planted in late summer for a fall harvest. Choose snap or snow peas for quicker results. Sugar and 4 snap peas and Oregon sugar pod 2 4 snow peas are good choices for fall planting. Sow seeds about 1 inch deep and 2 inches apart. Most peas benefit from some form of support, even shorter varieties. Consider using a trellis or pea netting. Peas prefer cool weather and can tolerate light frosts, making them ideal for fall gardens. They also fix nitrogen in the soil, benefiting future crops. Keep the soil moist but not waterlogged, and mulch to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Harvest regularly to encourage continued production. Lastly, don't forget about garlic. While you won't harvest until next summer, planting garlic in late August or early September gives it time to establish roots before winter, resulting in larger, more flavorful bulbs. Choose a hardneck variety for colder climates or a soft neck for milder winters. Break apart the cloves just before planting and plant them pointy end up, about 2 inches deep and 4 to 6 inches apart. Mulch well to protect the cloves over winter. Garlic needs a period of cold to form bulbs, so fall planting is ideal in most climates. Come spring, your garlic will be one of the first plants to emerge. Remember to cut off any flower stalks, scapes, that form to encourage bulb growth, and enjoy the scapes as a delicious early summer treat.